Annyeong,
Annyeong.
Team 12 here. Back to review some new One Piece. We're going to do a two-chapter thing, 866 and 867. So that is Natural Born Destroyer and Happy Birthday. But we're not going to really go into the logistics of what happened and talk about everything that occurred within this chapter because you guys can figure that out yourself. Mostly what we're here to do is to talk about some of the more important things that came out, because there were a lot of really important information that Oda dropped on us in this chapter. It was just jam-packed with all these things, and I think in a couple chapters we're going to look back and think, oh, Oda was just telling us everything that he was about to do. I was just thoroughly blown away by all this. What do you think, Nimbus?
Yeah, this review is really just analyzing Big Mom's childhood, and we really get to see a lot of Big Mom's inspirations, and yeah, I'm ready to dive right into this.
I think the most important thing to start with is Mother Carmel and her powers, because they looked really, really, really similar to Big Mom's. The coming out of her hand looked so like some of her soul, which she put into the flame, which suddenly had her face and gave her this buddy that you see down below us. It looks just like what Big Mom had.
Right. I don't think we've actually seen Big Mom create a homie, but we have seen this, and as far as someone putting their soul into something, you literally saw Carmel, the bubble coming out of her hand, and then you literally look at her face. You see her information square right here.
They look exactly the same. It's the same face, the same smile. I'm going to say smile.
Right.
No, it's not really a smile.
Right. It's a creepy ass grin.
It's
laughing, definitely. And you see literally her putting her soul into this fire. She saves the town by putting all the fire into this. And Mother Carmel, it's really interesting because she really is just acting this entire time, and acting has been a huge theme in this whole arc, because you got the consummate actor, you could argue it's a couple different people, but her act is she's pretending to be a mother, in a church, and in reality she's using this little cute something to light up her cig.
And really awesome. I thoroughly loved it. It was such a baller move to have the homie come in and just light her cigarette for her. The big thing that I'm taking away from this, though, is that so if her power looked a lot like Big Mom's, was actually Big Mom's, then how did Big Mom get it?
Right, she's taken a couple different options here. She either went the Blackbeard route and just hunted down the prey who might have had the fruit or might have taken it before, or she did like Sabo and he popped up and said, all right, it might not have been a tournament, obviously, but if she actually did eat or kill Mother Carmel right there, if you kill somebody with the devil fruit, it'll grow in the closest tree, or the closest plant.
And so to bring up some Attack on Titan here, maybe she just ate Mother Carmel and got her powers.
It's honestly possible, because you saw the clothes of Mother Carmel, but then again, that might be Mother Carmel leaving that last identity for a whole new one, because she's getting paid. And I don't really know what that last deal that she made was, but we're going to learn about it.
That actually leads to another really important question here is, what happened to Mother Carmel and all of the other orphans? They just randomly disappeared. Now, there's always a chance that Lin could have attacked on Titan them. She did eat the table, so anything's really possible.
Is that blood right there on the ground? I don't think it's blood.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It really could be some blood like that. I don't have a better explanation of what that is. But so I don't think that she actually ate them. But I do think that Mother Carmel sold them out to the Cipher Pool. I don't see anything else happening. How did they all leave so quickly?
Yeah, and she might have sold everyone and just pieced out and gotten a huge payday. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell, but I think we will find out in some way or another. I think there's a couple different sources, but that'll be more the next topic. But the real thing here is Big Mom is obviously using Mother Carmel as her inspiration for everything. Her dream, her island, bringing together all these, not orphans, but different types of people to recreate this.
She's trying to recreate her favorite day ever, her birthday. She's trying to recreate it. But I'm curious. So I agree. I think that we'll definitely see them come back, because Oda never just drops something and then leaves it. He always brings it back and makes everything kind of interrelated. So I think you'll see them come back. I wouldn't be surprised if you see them come back as like one of the Cipher Pool groups.
It's definitely possible. It was 60 years ago, but all these different races can survive probably longer or shorter, you know?
I mean, but 60 years, so...
The Giants were 300. The Giants were 300 years old.
Big Mom is that same age, and same age as all those orphans, and she's kind of at the peak of her power right now. So I don't think saying, 65 is going to be disallowing them from being still Cipher Pool.
Right, and you saw Mother Carmel, you know, you saw her when she was younger, much more attractive, and 60 years passed, and she did age. So, you know, you did see her age. So that devil fruit doesn't prevent her from aging. Big Mom is just a freak of nature. Her parents actually did look normal, which is weird also, but...
Yeah, I'm really curious also. As to, this is the overarching theme of all of this is I'm just curious. I'm so interested in seeing what's going on. It's all just kind of coming at you real quick.
And the sign of a very good writer is you get the backstory and it answers so many questions, but it really just raises so many more questions as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's Oda. That's what he's about. Foreshadows like a badass and just teases the hell out of you.
I mean, so we know, if we know anything about Oda, we know that most of the things that we saw in these last 2 chapters, the flashback, are going to come back and somehow relate to what's going on in the now world, in the Luffy and crew destroying the wedding world. Right. So I think that you and I have discussed this, and I think the two kind of most likely things are one of these two are going to kind of spill the beans. Because both of them have some experience in the underworld and all of this, so maybe they know what happened. Maybe they will explain what happened to Mother Carmel and all the kids.
Right, and you know, this Big Bird is a gossip king or queen, whatever you want to call him. He just loves the details, and you know, he's in charge of the paper, and he's the one who puts the news out there. It's not always accurate, but he I don't know if he spins it, but I think that's really going to be a big part of this.
I mean, whether or not he spins it, I'm sure that he knows what's going on. Right. That man is not ill-informed.
Right. He has a comic about Judge and his family, the Vinsmokes fighting the Marine hero, you know, the man who walks on water, Sora, who's oddly Judge's wife's name also, but...
Weird.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Yeah. And, you know, you got Big Mom's tea party that she just tries to recreate all the time. And, you know, that brings me back to, we saw Mother Carmel's version of Prometheus. You know, I think it was called, what was it called, Diablo? No, not Diablo.
No, it was, I can't remember.
Regardless, she called it something different. I don't know if it's the same homie, but I was under the impression that the big 3 homies that Big Mom has, Prometheus, Zeus, and then her hat, I don't remember the hat's name either, but... that might be the same sun. It's the same design, but it was called something different.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think it is. I think it's just Big Mom recreating what she saw. But
exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't be particularly surprised if it was Mother Carmel's.
Right.
So I think one of the big things that's coming out of this is that we finally have out of this without Luffy and crew having to actually fight Big Mom. And I think that this is either Judge or the Bird reveals what actually happened, and Big Mom gets so mad at the government that she decides to essentially be like, Luffy, let's figure this out. Let's go take these guys down, because what they did is so unacceptable. They ruined my childhood, and whatever Luffy's doing now, ruining one tea party, is not going to be the end of the world. No one's really been hurt. There have not been any real repercussions so far. I still don't think that they really get into a war.
Yeah, it's hard to say at this point. We just jumped into this backstory, and you can kind of look at the backstory to fill in what's going to happen later. And we saw that tea party end with everyone disappearing except for Big Mom. I could see that happening here. Everyone leaves the island except for Big Mom.
I don't see that happening. There are just too many people there that are too ingrained in that life. But I definitely get what you're saying. I think that there will be a lot of parallels between what happened in the last one and what's happening in this one.
Yeah, and I'm just ready to see what happens next. I know Big Mom's going to survive these missiles, but
oh yeah, obviously, Yonko's not going down by some missiles.
Yeah, and
Yonko's not going down by the first option.
Exactly. So we did get backstory, and usually if you get backstory, that usually signifies something significant in this character's story, and it might mean an end. We just saw the beginning, so
yeah. I mean, you never know. Cool. Well, I think that's most of what we wanted to get through. There's a lot of action, and I think we're done with the flashbacks. I hope we're done with the flashbacks. And I think we're about to just get into the real stuff.
Yeah, we're definitely at the climax. There's the chapter ended with Big Mom's face screaming again. We got a couple shots, and that tells me we're back in real time. Let's get this party over with.
I am so excited to see this all go down. We have been waiting for months for this. Honestly, years.
Yeah. But
months for sure. Cool. Well, do you got anything else, Nimbus?
I'm good to go.
Word. Well, it's been too long, Nimbus. It's great to see you again. Yes. It's nice to be back in the flow of things. So if you like the video, please like it below. Subscribe if you're interested. Leave us any comments if you have anything to say. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it. All that's left is a little Team 12 out.